Everything that we see and feel around us is usually termed as matter. By now, we even know matter is classified into three major states. And what are these three states of matter? That's right. They are solid, liquid, and gas. But have you ever thought about what the matter around us could be made up of? But the question is not new and has been addressed long time ago, and many people have made an attempt to answer it. Let us have a look at few of these philosophies and theories. Recorded evidences suggest that around 500 BC, an Indian philosopher named Maharishi Kanad hypothesized a concept. His curiosity about components of matter made him put forward an idea. He suggested when we divide matter into tinier particles, ultimately we reach a stage when the matter cannot be divided further. These particles, which cannot be divided further, make up the matter. The matter was called Padard in Indian language, and he named the particle as Paramanu. On similar lines, another Indian philosopher named Pakuda Katyayama makes slight modification in Maharishi Kanad works and elaborate, saying that such indivisible particles come in different combinations to make up different kinds of matter. Around the same era, two Greek philosophers also suggest the same concepts. The two personalities were Democritus and Leucippus. They also postulated that if we divide the matter continuously, then we reach a stage where it cannot be divided further. These individual particles does make up the complete matter. Democritus named these particles as atoms, meaning indivisible. Now you may say that this concept known to us. Yes, I agree. But we are familiar with the concept now. In the era when people were not aware in anything of science, such concepts useful to bring in foundations for modern inventions. Around the end of the 18th century, a few scientists could prove these suggestions correct. They not only discovered, researched about atoms, but also threw light on the basic differences between elements and compounds. Yes, studying the difference for many scientists to understand how several combinations can lead to the formation of different substances. But now, when I say combinations, it will have chemical reactions. Right, that's correct. And chemical reactions are covered by few important laws. This fact was understood and accepted widely when foundations of chemical sciences were laid by the French nobleman and chemist Antoine Lavoisier. The two most important laws of chemical combinations were established by then. They popularly known as the law of conservation of mass and the law of constant proportion. Let us look at both these laws in the upcoming videos. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video.